Hey, welcome back to part 2 of creating your own backing tracks. So in the previous video, we talked about the tools that you need and how to get your project set up to be able to produce your tracks. And we looked at listening to the original song in order to be able to best recreate those tracks yourself. We're going to dive a little bit deeper into that. We're going to take a look here at customizing a song to be able to fit your own arrangement. Maybe you want to do two choruses instead of one. Maybe you want to tag on a different ending instead of the original one. Well, you can do all of that in your DAW, and we're going to take a look at how I was able to do that with this certain song that we've been using that we've tweaked the arrangement on. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so this is the most recent project I did for a song called He Is Our God by Sovereign Grace Worship. And so I used this song to be able to develop some backing tracks for it. Unlike in the previous one we looked at, this is Amazing Grace, where we followed the exact arrangement. We're tweaking this one somewhat. What they do in this song is they have a couple of choruses, a chorus A and a chorus B. The first time they do the chorus, they just do chorus A. But then the rest of the times that they do the chorus, they do both choruses A and B back to back. And what we want to do is do the chorus A and B back to back every time and not have that just A by itself, just to keep it a little bit more simple and straight ahead. So the first thing you need to do is what we talked about last time. Make sure that your project tempo is exactly where it needs to be. Make sure that you've drugged the original clip exactly on the timeline where it needs to be, so you can it's just a matter of finding your beats and finding them, clicking them easily like that. So what we want to do is take a look at that initial chorus that you hear in the original version. So let's zoom in here and we'll take a listen. So that's that, but what we want to do is this is part A, but we want to take part B and tag it on right after that. In part B, it's exactly the same musically, it just has more words to it. So we want to find the next pair of choruses. So what we'll do here is we'll go ahead and we will do a split right here. I really should have put markers up to mark where everything is, but that's okay. Next time, right? Okay, so that's where the next part would start, the instrumental break immediately following the chorus. So now we need to find the chorus A-B combo, and that appears after the second verse. So that's right here, 43 and a half. Yeah, that's the beginning of that. And it appears in the halfway point because some way or somehow that the intro worked out. There was like a 2-4 type of thing. So I probably should have marked that time signature change so that everything would appear like right on, but that's okay. You still get perfect subdivisions of the beat. All right, so we're going to copy all this. And that goes up until, I believe, 55 and a half. We're going to copy that. Then we're going to move this up. Paste that chorus there, and we'll move this back here. So now you've got chorus A and B all together right here. And remember, this is just the original track for reference. Um, it may sound jolting if you go directly from this part of the clip to that because you've cut and pasted, but that's just so you can lay out your form. So this is all that we need to do with the form. Everything else is good to go. And so now we're ready to start putting some backing tracks together. So let's take a look at some of the sounds that I did. There's a synth lead line that's very similar to the main one from This Is Amazing Grace. I have our keys player playing a piano and pad, and so for this particular song, it's a little bit too much to do that particular lead line along with it, although you can layer it on the keyboard. But for ease sake, I wanted to just have it as a backing track. And so let's take a look at what I did here. So again, I have synth 1, and then I took this lead sound and kind of tweaked it a little bit to make it sound more like what you hear. And then I used this, again, this Valhalla Supermassive Reverb. And let's go ahead and hear what the original sounds like. So it sounds like this heavily modulated synth saw with a big reverb on it. And so let's see what I was able to come up with for this one. Let's solo it. Again, it's not exactly 100% the same, but I think I got pretty darn close there. And again, in the context of a mix with everything else going on, it'd be really hard to tell the difference. And then, like This Is Amazing Grace, this also has this pulsating synth bass part. This one's a little bit different though. This one's got a punchier, thicker sound. So let's listen to that. 4. Okay, and let's listen to it on here. Let's solo it. So it sounds very close. It's got that big, punchy, thick, heavy sound that you hear in the original. And so I was happy with that. And that's using that same plugin, that Taluno 62. I actually took what I did with This Is Amazing Grace, and then I tweaked that to come up with what you heard here. I restored a lot of the low frequency, so I turned this high pass filter all the way down to where it gave me all my lows back, and I adjusted the attack, the decay settings to be able to suit this song. And I'm quite happy with how this plugin was able to accomplish that. And then the only other thing here was, again, the intro. What's up with all these swell intros, right? This one's a little bit different. If you listen to the original one, let's go ahead and solo that. So you hear this reverse piano going on. It's a very common technique to kind of get that whooshing swell sound. And I was able to get that sound just fine. So this is what I did. I used this plugin here called Addictive Keys. Let's go ahead and bring that back. So just a standard grand piano sound will do. So that's Addictive Keys right there. This is not a free plugin, but it's a great plugin. I love it for piano sounds, but you could really accomplish this with just about any basic piano emulator, because all you need is just one note. So this is what I did here. I have this B flat. It calls it an A sharp here, but same difference. So I input that data right there, this low B flat note. I turn the velocity all the way up. That's how hard you're hitting the note. And I added a nice reverb to it. And then I did the same thing that I did in the previous project we looked at. I mixed it down to audio, and then I got the clip and was able to reverse it. So now here's what this sounds like soloed. All right, cool sound. So now let's listen to it in context of the mix. And actually, we should probably take out this part there. You're gonna miss the big drum lead in, but that's okay. I guess you did miss it, so that's nice. But you get the idea. It accomplishes a very similar type thing that the original one did. And in the mix and in the moment, you really can't tell much difference. And remember, these parts aren't meant to be like central, really important parts. This is just kind of the icing on the cake. It just gives you a little extra dimension, just adds a little bit more richness to the sound. All right, well, I hope these 2 videos helped you out as you're looking to produce your own tracks yourself. Be sure to let me know if you have any questions at all, and I will try to help you as best as I can. I'll also be producing some more content related to this in the future, more stuff about recording and such. So you can be on the lookout for that. All right, well, you guys have a great day. I pray the Lord blesses you as you're trying to improve what you do for your church and for your ministry. And we'll see you back here next time on the Docs Lodge. Lord bless.